Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. Let's talk about some new makeup I've purchased or has come into my collection recently, and let's rank everything from the things I've been using the least or that just did not work for me at all the way up to the things that I can't put down. All right, the first two things I'm going to talk about, I already returned, and one of them was super sad. All right, the one that I did not regret at all was new from NYX. Let me see what it was called. It was the Buttermelt Skin Glaze Skin Tint. Now, I picked up a shade that worked fairly well for my skin. Was it perfect? No, but it was close. It was really close. The only problem I had is that I could not get that skin tint to last on my skin as long as I needed it to. I got about 5 to 6 hours and then it just started breaking up and melting everywhere. And in the winter time, it's winter still because there's like piles of snow outside. Temperatures are not warm enough for my skin to be producing nearly as many oils as it would be in the middle of summer. So I just don't think that that is made for somebody like me that has combo skin. My skin is mostly normal everywhere, oily in the T-zone. And so that buttermelt skin tint would break up around the nose and just did not stay on the face. And I don't want to take the time to put on a product that's not going to last all day long. The other problem that I had is that it looked like it was sitting on the surface of the skin. It never looked like it became one with the skin. So it always looked like I was wearing makeup. And that's not what I'm wanting. I don't want my foundation or my skin tint to look makeup-y. I don't mind if it looks like I'm wearing makeup with lipstick or blush or eyeshadow, but my skin, I never want it to look like I've got a heavy layer of anything on. So that went back to Ulta, and I wished I could have loved it. It just didn't work for me. The next item also went back, and this is from Milani. It is the Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint Stick. Now this, I loved. I loved the formula of it. I liked the way it sat on my face. The problem that I had with it is that there was not a shade for me. I tried the lightest because normally Milani's foundations, up until this point, they haven't made shades light enough for me, which is why I never got into Milani foundations. And so like, I'll just get the lightest one. We'll see how it works. And it was too fair. And then the next shade was too orange or yellow. It was too warm. And I couldn't find a shade that didn't look strange. And what I'm looking for is this to match this. And when I don't have that, it is so frustrating. And I couldn't get that from Milani. Last thing I'm willing to do is to take foundation like down in this area here. I know a lot of people take it down their neck and onto their chest, but I just don't want to be washing makeup off my clothes. It's inevitable. It's going to happen if I get it that low. I even have problems with like my collar rubbing up against my chin and my jawline. And the next thing I know, I have makeup on my clothes. And that's just when I keep it like from here up. So I had to take it back, not because the formula was bad, but because I couldn't find a shade that worked for me. One made me look like I was wearing white lead paint, and the next shade made me look like it was, 2000s and someone was using the wrong shade of bronzer on me. It just was not good. But the formula was nice. I really, really, really felt like it looked good on my 50-year-old skin. So if you can find a shade and you have combo skin, you might actually like it. Here's a product I wanted to love and I find is just okay. I'm not mad that I have it, but I'm also was wanting to be head over heels. And it's from Victoria Beckham Beauty. This is their lid luster. I have the shade Chiffon. I am wearing it on the eye today. I really wanted to have a shade that I could wear every day if I fell in love with the formula. And it's really pretty. I just use my finger when I see it on my finger like this, but I can never get it to look like this on the eye. I mean, there is metallic shine there, but it looks a little bit piecier, whereas on the end of my finger, it just looks completely smooth, almost like a piece of liquid gold. I don't know. And maybe I'm dealing with texture on my eyelids. And that's just the nature of the game at 50. But this is okay. Is it the best single shadow I've ever tried? No. Do I hate it? No. But I also really haven't been reaching for it that much. This next item is one that I love the formula of. This shade and me do not get along terribly well. This is from Beauty Pie. This is their Super Cheek. This is the shade Sexy Berry. So it's a really beautiful cream formula. And this shade is okay. I just feel like it's not as nuanced as I would want it to be. It's just like a straight up kind of a rosy tone. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually really pretty, but I have other shades of blush that I reach for and I like more than this, but this formula is top notch. If you are a Beauty Pie member and you haven't tried the Super Cheap Cream products, I have two to show you today. This is one of them. This plus the other one makes 7 in my collection. I really love the formula. I think some of the colors are super, super special. This is just one where it's just okay. And that's the color, not the formula. What's Up Beauty was kind enough to send me 2 of their highlights. This is their Serengeti highlight. This one here is called Wild Acacia. It has a beautiful imprint of a female lion on it, and it's just stunning. This one here has a pink and kind of like a pearl. Very, very pretty. I do like this one, but the one that I like even more is the one that I'm wearing today. And this one here is Safari Sunset. So it has gold and a pink, and it is absolutely stunning. So I have the 2 shades, one here and one here. This is definitely probably better for my skin tone, but I love the warmth and the gold that I get from these 2 mixed together. And I do just take a brush, go right over all of it and use it that way. I think these are beautiful, not just to look at, but they also wear really pretty on the skin. They last all day and they don't look too powdery. I do take the time to really buff them in. And if I feel like I got a little bit too much highlight, because sometimes like with lip gloss and other things, I'm an over applier. I just like, ooh, I want more. And if I ever feel like I've overdone it with the highlight, I'll take the time to like buff over it with a clean brush to kind of knock some of it off. And then just a little bit of a glowing setting powder like the ambient lighting powders from Hourglass. I'll take a little bit of that and go over the top. I didn't have to do that today, but it's actually a beautiful, beautiful glow. Really like these highlighters, and I'm really grateful that What's Up offered to send them to me. All right, here's one that I like just a little bit more, and it's new from Clinique. This is their True Highlight Weightless Illuminator, and this is the shade 01 Moonlit Pearl. This is a beautiful baked gelée formula. It is stunning. I mean, look at that. It's so, so spectacular. And on the skin, what I like about this is that if I don't apply too much, it doesn't actually bring out any of the texture on my skin. I'm 50. I do have crow's feet. I do have fine lines. I do have, even like deeper lines in through here. So I have to be careful with the type of formulas that I'm able to use on my face. And powder highlights can be hard for me, but this one here in Moonlit Pearl is really, really pretty, and I like it quite a bit. The lip pencil I've been reaching for the most recently is one that I finally picked up from Lisa Eldridge. This is the Sculpt and Shade lip pencil. It's the wood clench pencil, so it's not the gel formula, but this one is in the shade 2C, and it's this really pretty kind of mauve shade that goes with almost everything. So I have this on the lips today. I have one of the Rouge Experience lipsticks over the top. I have it on in the shade Lisa, but it goes so well with so many things. I've been using this so much. I've been sharpening it and it's getting shorter, and I haven't had it that long, but I really like the formula of these. I feel like the Enhance and Define pencils, those are the gel pencils from Lisa. They're not packaged in wood. They're packaged in plastic, even though they are sharpenable. Those stay on and can feel a little bit more drying. So during the winter time, unless I need a look to stay put and not budge, I'm going to opt for this Sculpt and Shade because it is a little bit more hydrating formula-wise overall. And I just need to have a barrier around the edge of my lip to keep anything from kind of going places. And this is fantastic. As long as I'm not using like a really goopy gloss, I don't have a problem with this breaking down. I really, really like it. In the shade 2C is such a pretty usable everyday mauve shade. All right, here's that other Super Cheek from Beauty Pie. This one here is in the shade Perfect Nude. I'm wearing a little bit of this today instead of bronzer, and I love this. The reason this is higher than the other one in the ranking is because this shade is a little bit more nuanced and more fun for me to wear. It's not quite as an obvious everyday sort of shade. I like this one a lot. And maybe you have a beige shade like this, but I really don't. This is the first one that I have that is just so beautiful. And I mix this with a lot of things. The formula is amazing, super comfortable, blends really easily, dries down and lasts all day. But this shade in Perfect Nude is so beautiful on fair skin. Along with the highlights, What's Up Beauty also sent me their face brush that they created specifically for the highlights. This is the R201, and this brush is utter perfection. I love this brush. It's great for highlight. You could use it for blush, but they have a blush brush too. Here's the blush brush. It has a slightly different shape. This is supposed to be the highlighter. I think you can see where I just washed them and it was laying this way. So normally it's a little floofier. We'll turn it sideways here. They are soft. It feels like a little kitten. It feels like a little fuzzy duck. These are white goat hair. They're handmade in Japan. One thing that I like about these so much is I remember reading that the artisans who make these in Japan collect the goat hair through grooming. So the goat continues to live a full life, goes on to have a good day the next day, it just gets a little trim or a little brushing, and they turn that into these beautiful brushes. I have all of the face brushes from What's Up Beauty. I love the bright pink candles and the black ferrules. I also have every single eye brush, and let me tell you, the quality is beautiful. They remind me a lot of the white goat hair that I used to get from Wayne Goss. They remind me of rougher brushes, but sometimes even just a little bit nicer than rougher brushes. I don't have a ton of Fude brushes. I do have some Sonia G. I do have some rougher brushes. I do have some Wayne Goss, but I am by no means any sort of an expert, but these ones from What's Up Beauty are beautiful, elegant, and this little R201 is spectacular. Okay, more blush. Now, this blush formula, mwah, love, love, love. So these are the Soft Smudge Lip and Cheek from KJH brand. And this here is the shade Soft Raisin. It's a really pretty sort of nude shade, but it has some rose to it. Let me just blend a little bit of it so you can see, what it looks like here, as well as like just straight scribbled on. It looks better on my cheeks because I haven't exfoliated my hands in a minute, but I really like this formula. It is matte. I'm wearing one of these today in a different shade, the shade that I can't seem to stop reaching for. But what I like about these is that they are matte. They end up looking like seamless on the skin, super easy to blend. What I end up doing is I'll take some, put it here on my hand, and then I'll take a synthetic brush like this, pick it up like this, and then just tap it on. Not that I need any more blush, but this is usually how I apply. And the reason I apply it this way is that's how I see Katie Jane Hughes doing it. This is her brand. She is one of those makeup artists that I really enjoy following, and I like the products that she makes. These blushes are the second product that she's created. The first was her Hyper Shine Kit, which is a liquid and a pigment highlight that you mix together that is just chef's kiss. I feel like she has a really interesting and distinct point of view, and these blushes are beautiful. Another blush. I've been buying a lot of blush recently and I can't really stop. This is the Revie Beauty Endless Diffusion Everyday Baked Blush. This is the shade Paradise. I've been using this on a near everyday basis because it's easy. It's goes on with no fuss. It's very buildable. You get a lovely, lovely tone out of it. You might think that it would look like it'd be really dark because I don't know. We get some of the warmth and the rosiness in here, and it's not too much, but it's buildable, and that's my favorite thing about it. So this is a baked blush that's created in Italy, and I feel like the Italian baked products are some of the best types of products out there. They're the ones, especially on my more mature face, that do really, really well. And this one is just stunning and lovely. Let's talk more brushes. These are from Rougher, and this is their liquid and cream set. This is so good. I think these have officially been named like the B04, 5, and 6. But when I purchased them, they were LC for liquid cream, O3. I have the O1, the O2, oops, the O1, the O2, and the O3, but I think these have been renamed. But these are probably my favorite face brushes for liquids on my face. This for liquid foundation, I can't believe it's still clean. But I love this. I love the slant that it has like this. It's also very densely packed. So it's really good for making sure that you're blending everything out and you're not leaving any streaks behind. It doesn't really soak up a lot of product. This is a synthetic brush. Most of the stuff that I have from Rougher is the white goat hair and they're natural bristles, but these synthetic bristles, they have gone through multiple iterations to get to not just these shapes, but also the density, the type of material. So this one here is the O2. I use this one for blush or for bronzer. It's the perfect size to grab some cream or liquid bronzer and just kind of like tap it right here, right along the bottom of the cheekbone. It's so beautiful for that. It works really well with cream or liquid highlight and like any sort of cheek cream products. I also use this sometimes for concealer and for foundation. Like if my big one is dirty, I'm like, okay, you're next. Takes a little bit longer to blend. I really prefer using this on the cheeks for cream color product, but it works great. Now this really reminds me of the one from BK Beauty, the kitten's paw. I mean, if you look at these, they're very similar. So this slightly slanted brush, I love this brush so much. I have two of them and I am so glad to have another one that is shaped like this, but this is great because it's perfect for concealer right like here in the inner corner, all the way down and across. It works great around the nose, having longer bristles and shorter bristles as well as this little slope. It's also densely packed, but not so dense. It doesn't feel like you're hitting yourself in the face. Very easy to use. These are fantastic. I'm going to say all three of them together are at my number 3 spot today. Just really love them. Can't stop reaching for them. All right, here's one thing that I didn't think I was going to love as much as I did. And I picked it up when I ordered Little Miss Lid Luster here, but it's probably my most used eyeliner in the last 2 months. Oh, I love this. This is the Satin Eye Kajal from Victoria Beckham Beauty in the shade Cinnamon. And mine is always like ooey and gooey because I'm like always reaching for this. It's such a beautiful kind of metallic-y brown shade, but it's warm. I am wearing this on the eye today. I'm trying to use it in a little bit of a minimal way, but sometimes I'll just take this like everywhere up in the waterline, really wing it out. I have been reaching for this so much. I love a brown liner, and this formula is so good. It stays really well above the lash line all day long. When I put it in my upper waterline, it doesn't last as long as I would like it to, but it lasts pretty good. But for me, it's just this shade. This shade is so pretty. I know it's not going to work for everyone, but this shade in Cinnamon has just been my, I hate to use the word obsession, but it has been my eyeliner obsession. I really haven't been reaching for other things. This has been fantastic. My most reached for product and the one that I can't seem to put down is the blush that I'm wearing today. It's another one of those soft matte, what is it? Soft Smudge Lip and Cheek from KJH brand. And this right here is the shade Soft Tomato. It's so beautiful. I love this. It's very vibrant, very easy to apply and to blend out. I like that it has a decidedly warm lean where you can use it on the lips too. I end up not wearing these in the winter time on the lips because they're a little too dry. I mean, we've got 14 degrees outside and snow on the ground, so I need something with a little bit more moisture. So I'm opting for different things, but I'm excited to try these come spring and summer and see if I just smudge a little bit on my cheeks, a little bit on my lips, especially during the summertime when I'm trying to get away from putting on too much makeup. I think these are going to be fantastic. But that's the ranking. The blush that I can't stop wearing, and I'm wearing as many times as I can reach for it, and all the other things that I've been loving. Most everything here has been a hit except for the two things that I had to return. I was sad to return them, but I'm not hanging on to any dead weight this year. I've kind of told myself that it's okay to take it back. Thank you so much for watching today. Here's where I'd like to know, what new things have you tried? And if you had to give something a ranking like, oh, it was the best thing I've tried in forever, or don't waste your money, let me know what it is in the comment section down below. I'll link as many of these as I can. Just keep in mind they're affiliate links. You can use them or not. It doesn't cost you anymore, but if you do, it helps to support my channel. And I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much for watching. Have an incredible day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.